Hi everyone, it's Az here from Heel vs Babyface. Just what is this show? And look, I know I've been doing this show now for 2 and a bit seasons. I ain't gonna lie, it feels like a fucking lifetime. It feels like a lifetime. Just two and a bit seasons. And this show just goes off the rails more and more as each passing week goes. And somebody tweeted at me that they said, "Hey, look, did you see this tweet from the writer's room yesterday?" And the tweet that went out from the Batwoman writer's room was, "Y'all wanted more gay drama, didn't you?" And I was thinking to myself, no. Not at all, actually. I was kind of, from episode 1, hoping for a superhero show, which may or may not have contained lesbians. As an aside, I didn't think that we were going to get the fucking L word. Well, more like the R word, you know what I mean? Retarded! I didn't think we'd get the L word with BDSM. But there you go. That's where we are right now. And this show is it shows that the writers in the show are they're psycho. I mean, I've said it before, but they're psycho. The people, they shouldn't even be near society, never mind a pen and pencil. Here we go. So we start off with some girls, obviously, because boys are icky and men are icky. So we start off with some girls playing basketball. As you would expect, they're shit, and one of them misses the hoop by a massive amount. So just to get a quick and early virtue signal, one of the other girls just speaks to the rest of them, also signing as she does. Why? Don't know. Don't give a fuck. Anywho, the one who missed the hoop by a country mile, I'm going to call them useless McShitty face. They threw the ball and it went near to this green hut where it had some orangey liquid coming out. Now, if I was a kid and I was by a green hut that was next to fields and playgrounds and stuff, I would think to myself, if some orangey shit was coming out, it's probably some oil that's been tipped over or some fucking crap that they're using that's oozing out. And then I pick my ball up and carry on playing. But no, this girl was just like, I need to get to the root of this problem, otherwise we won't have a plot for this week's show. So she walks inside, steps in it all. Good girl, clever girl. You want to step in that shit with all your nice shoot? No, but never mind. And then there's a guy encased in honey with honey dripping out of his mouth. And he's like the dude from the end of RoboCop. Help me! And then a bunch of bees come out of his mouth. And she screams and runs away, and we get a bird-a-da, 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 bop! Montoya turns up to the scene. Some woman goes, "Oi, get back!" And then she just tells the woman who's told her to get back, "Don't talk to me like that. Don't say anything like that to me. Otherwise, I'll have you busted." Doesn't show any ID, by the way. So the woman was within her rights to do so. But then we get white man Muck horrible face, because every white man in this show is a horrible man, because the writers are racist pieces of shit. Sorry, just in case you didn't get that message, I thought I'd make it loud and clear. So even though they've been at the crime scene, and Montoya just walks straight in, she just walks straight through to the end and grabs a telephone. A mobile phone in the wall that she spots that none of them spot. And then she's like, "This is City Hall business now. Y'all can all just pass off." I say that, but I gotta confess, this actress This actress is trying. I mean, she's really, really trying. And I gotta say, her acting is pretty decent throughout the whole episode. And I quite like her in as much as she's trying to take the material seriously when it's a sack of shit. So God bless you for doing that. God bless all who sail in you. Back at, I don't know, she's an Alki. Back at Alki place, Ryan's just like, oh, what's going on? And Alice is just like, what's my name? And then just like, what's my pookie? Look, I gotta confess, I was reading Instagram. I was reading Instagram during this scene because I was already bored. I was already bored. But I guess they were talking about poison ivy. You can't expect me to pay attention to this fucking thing. You make me watch. Oh, there's the thumbnail. So they have a chat about something and it goes on for a bit. Anywho, I don't know what it's about. Oh my God, this show. Right. Look, hey, hand on heart. I've just watched this. I have literally just watched this show and it's gone. It's already going from my brain. My brain's just like, no, mate, you can fuck off. I got other trash to deal with as well. So what I think is going on in this scene. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. I remember. I'm getting some recollection. So Sophie the whore. Sorry. Sophie the massive slut. Beg your pardon. Sophie the slag. Oh, sorry. If you're unaware, this is Sophie's character for season 3. She's a whore. She's just a massive whore. All that we know that Sophie's been doing, she's not working anymore because she resigned from the Crows. She hasn't found another job, and she's just been going to the gay bar and fucking tons of women. I said it last week. This is not a judgment. It's just a statement. You're a whore. So she's whoring around. And then last week, out of absolutely nowhere, she decided that she quite fancied Ryan. So they start off this episode by her saying, hey, do you want to eat my crispy wontons? I don't know what that is. I don't know if she actually meant Chinese food or if that was a euphemism, to be perfectly honest with you. But, you know, anything that starts with crispy, probably see a doctor about that. Maybe it's all the whoring you've been doing, Sophie, because you're a massive whore. And Ryan's just like, nah, because I can't eat your wontons because my mum didn't have anything to do with freezing your sister. Well, she did, but she didn't. She didn't know that they were freezing people as test subjects and that were dying. And then Sophie's just like, liar, liar, pants on fire. So they have a lover's tiff, even though they're not dating. They have a lover's tiff, and Sophie's kind of like, I'm a hooer. And then she storms off. She's like, ugh, lesbians. Alice is Alice is in Mary's backstreet abortion clinic because that's where the body, well, not the body, because the person apparently is still alive, as you can see from the he's still alive meter that's blaring around, so it doesn't look like everybody just gets killed. And Mary is wearing her hair like Poison Ivy did in Batman and Robin. Because subtle. And Mary's saying, ha ha ha. No, not Mary. Alice is saying, ha ha ha, Mary. You are Poison Ivy. You were the one who did all this. And Mary's just like, get away with your like. She's like, look, you got pricked by the thing. You've got the poison ivy rash. You don't know what you've been doing. The plants everywhere. In your hospital, sorry, your backstreet abortion clinic now. You can't stop drinking water. I did that at the weekend. I was pissing every 15 minutes. Not a good idea. But I did drink 14 litres, which admittedly, very stupid. Don't try this at home. But it became a bit of a competition. Anywho, never mind. And she's like, oh my God, I'm not poison ivy. Anywho, she wakes up the dude who was in the honeycomber. And she's like, hey, how you doing? And he's like, get away from me. And she's like, why? I'm your doctor. I'm here to save you. And he's like, you're the fucking bitch that did it to me. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da-da. I'm really hoping this review is going to be quick. I swear to fucking God. So... This is whack. This is right. You know, Caroline Dries must be fucking dumb, right? Really fucking stupid as a showrunner, like really fucking retarded, right? Because you're trying to set up Mary as being infected by poison ivy, and she's been able to. She's going around doing these nasty things. So now that she's realized that it's her, she goes to the Batard gang. People got upset when I called them the Scooby gang. I hear you. I hear you. So I'm changing the name from Scooby gang, which actually does have a little bit of respect behind it. So they're now the Batard gang. So the she brings them forward to the Batard gang because she's going to admit to being like a surrogate poison ivy. And she's like, yeah, do you know what? I'm turning into a super villain. One of the biggest villains, one of the bigger, in the upper echelon of Batman's rogue galleries. What should I wear to the Batcave? Oh, fucking hot pants where you can see my fucking camel toe. Possibly the outline of my tampon as well. Panty liner. For freshness. Yeah, that's a good one, Mary. Yeah. Just wear your Saturday night hot pants. Fucking hell. So now everyone's just trying to look at her fucking camel toe instead of taking her seriously. And you may think, oh, hey, Az, come on, look, it's just shorts, okay? It's just shorts. Nobody's sexualizing her. No, she immediately gets fucking sexualized by the lesbians. Because she's like, I've got something to say. And like, are you coming out? Coming out? You coming out? No. And Mary actually says, no, I'm not coming out. Because I'm not gay. Home Alone? Somebody has come out as not gay in Batwoman. Oh, fucking hell. This deserves a drink. Holy shit. And she actually says those words. I'm not gay. And Ryan said, well, I'm still looking at your camel toe because your fucking pants are ridiculous. So Alice is just like, look, she's poison fucking ivy. So, Mary handcuffs herself to the desk. And the others are just like, oh, what a palaver. Alice steals a mobile phone easily because nobody's paying attention to the mass murderer. Sophie turns up at Montoya's place at 2 o'clock in the morning. Seriously, who the fuck goes round to somebody's office at 2 o'clock in the morning? Anyway, Montoya's just sat there drinking booze. Because I guess that's what her job description is. I mean, if you were caught drinking booze while on duty, I don't get it. Whatever. And she's just like, hey, I need your help about the freeze stuff. And she's like, well, you've got access to more information about that because you hang around with Batwoman. And she's like, well, Batwoman and I aren't seeing eye to eye at the moment. So she's like, oh, so you're trying to pick up a straw and help me slurp this fucking bourbon out my... I don't know if that's a euphemism either. Out my glass. And she's like, no, we need to help each other. Who's that man? Who's this man? And she's like, oh, that's a member of the Black Hand. Forget him. Forget him. Every time people try and mess with the Black Hand, they end up dead. Ooh. Boop, boop. Do you notice this subtle back shot here where there's now green that's been, I don't know, woven into to Mary's hair, symbolizing poison ivy. So they look at this. It's like she's just begging somebody to hoink her up onto the desk and fuck her 3 ways from Sunday. That was an offer, by the way. Okay, no, forget about it. So they're talking about bullshit, and I've already forgotten. I've already forgotten. Nothing's coming back so far. Let's see if I can just hoik it on a little bit. Okay, I've remembered. Oh my god, this is the psycho bit. Okay, so Mary has got she's got lapses in her memory from certain periods of time, and Mary Hamilton, who, by the way, according to this show, because they've utilized it before, has millions of social media followers. Remember that? Yeah, that went. And her parents were billionaires. So her mother's death, I imagine everything would have gone to her as the oldest surviving sibling. So she's now a billionaire. Anyway, she's on Grindr or some fucking site. Anyway, looking for cock. And she's tweeting. She's messaging this dude who, like, it's like, hey, you know, swipe right. He swipes and he's like, yeah, I want to finger bang you tonight. She's like, yeah, I'm a massive whore. So apparently they exchanged messages for a bit, and then it ended up with him going, oh, you're sweet. You're sweet. He's not into her. He's like, and, you know, it's kind of like, nah. You know, she looks pretty, but her personality, nah. So he's like, look, you know, okay, you're sweet and everything. Her eyes are green in the picture because she's been, you know, she's got the poison ivy going on. So this is the way that the show justifies Mary attacking the guy. And I shit ye not, this is what they say. Mary says, it looks like Poison Ivy's powers are asserting themselves to my personality traits. I'm a great believer in justice. So this guy who didn't want to fuck her, she wanted to fuck him. He didn't want to fuck her. This guy was just like, you're sweet and everything. You're sweet. So she tried to drown him from the inside out in honey. In Mary's brain, that's justice. 'Cause, 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 'cause Writers, are you fucking psycho? Are you psycho? But that's apparently how the show tries to justify Mary's behavior. Holy fuck-a-moly. Anywho, they discover that Mary's also been on another binge, bought some materials, and then gone to another location. So Batwoman and Alice are just like, oh, look, there's the fertilizer we were looking for. That was convenient. Clearly no wind of any variety on the coastal city of Gotham. And then they kick a flower pot. And it smashes, and there's a dude's head underneath, and he's been buried. And it's the guy from the Black Hand. Now, something's going to happen to him later on. He's going to die later on, okay? And it's going to be the possibly the stupidest thing I've ever seen in this show. And that's saying something. So we'll get to that when we get to that. God, I want this to be over. Why is it 21 minutes already and I'm not even halfway through? Anywho, Mary tries to no. What happens is they have now chained the guy in the sewers. Remember the holding cells that are here in the Batcave? Why didn't you put him in one of the holding cells in the Batcave? But no, they hung him up on the sewers because they got to use the sewer set because they destroyed the holding cell set. Mary's still like, look at me, I look like a fucking whore still. Soy boys doing soy boy shit, lesbians doing lesbian shit. They see that Montoya is in the Bat office, so Batwoman goes up to lock horns with her. Like I said, the Montoya actress is good. I ain't got any problem with that at all. And she's like, you're holding stuff from me. And she's just like, just leave it be. We're dealing with stuff. Once the guys come round and he's spoken, then we'll hand him over. But, I got to do my thing first. Mary winds up, Alice winds up Mary. Montoya rips another arsehole for Batwoman. That goes on for too long. Still goes on. Don't care. Oh, yeah. They say, and then they say, by the way, we told Sophie where the guy was. And she's just like, Sophie's gonna fucking kill him. So look, this is how they've hung him up. They've literally strung him up. So his shoulders are getting ripped out of their sockets. I mean, I know he's a bad man, but holy shit, you fucking psychopaths. But that's not the half of it, because Mary's got a freaking blowtorch. And she's going to torture him. She's like, I'm going to burn you alive, like you left me to burn alive in that room. Why? You saw that Batwoman was just stood in the corner the whole fucking time. The door was over there, and Batwoman was just stood in the freaking corner waiting. Q! Is it my time to come on yet? Q, Batwoman, go! So anyway, it's just like, not saying nothing. And then Sophie, then she says, who are you working for? You're working for Jada Jet. And he's just like, well, technically I'm working for this person. Blah, 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 blah. Takes another swig. Sleazy ass hoe. And then she blowtorches the side of his fucking face. I don't know what it is with TV programs, but Star Trek Discovery has taught me to fear gay people and people who are different to me. And so has Batwoman. Because they're all fucking psychos. I don't think that's quite the message you're trying to get across. Anyway, Batwoman turns up. This is the... Batwoman turns up. And she's like, stop it. And she's like, fuck you. And she's like, oh, don't be like that. And then suddenly you just hear this, from the guy. They run to him. And he's what, 5 yards away. And he's like wrapped the thing around him. And Sophie just literally looks at him and goes, he's dead. And they fuck off. He's just gone, about 4 seconds ago. 4 seconds ago. And you just walk up to him and you don't even touch anywhere. You don't even look for a pulse. You don't even try and lift him up. You don't do shit. You just look at him and go, he's dead. He's dead. Let's fucking scissor. Fucking retarded show. Look. She's literally just fucking walking off. My work here is done. Even Batwoman, even his flipping stupid bint is like, I'm now an accessory to murder, maybe? Reckless homicide at the least? Oh my God. Oh, Jesus, we're getting into the most terrible thing. Mary, the sunlight hits Mary. I thought this was the Batcave. I thought this Batcave was under Wayne Manor. Sorry, under Wayne Enterprises. Where's the fucking hole for the sunlight to come in? Is this where people keep falling in? They keep falling into the Batcave as they're walking past? There's a big hole here. Oh my God, it's the fucking Batcave. So anyway, the midichlorians hit Mary, and Mary starts to turn into poison ivy. She does that by putting green contact lenses in, by the way. She hits Soy Boy on the back of the head with a keyboard, and that's enough to knock him out for a year. Because he's a fucking puss. Mary's just like, hey, let's team up. By the way, Alice says to Mary, let's team up. Alice is going to run away with Mary at the end of this episode. And I'm just thinking to myself, has everyone forgotten that Alice has a shit ton of nanobots in her which they can track? Wherever she is. Oh, yes. The writers forgot. The writers forgot about that. But there again, nobody is giving a shit about Alice in this episode. And so she's just being left to run rampant. Even earlier, in one of those Batcave scenes, she's like trying to be funny. And she says to Mary, oh, I killed your mum. Oopsie, so I shouldn't try to piss you off, really. And I'm like, Mary's mum's death's a joke now. That's so funny. So anywho, she goes to the Gotham Botanical Gardens, which looks like a tit. Titty bag, nipply nooner. This is the Gotham Botanical Gardens. It's very, very small, isn't it? It's very small. You know, for a city the size of Gotham. Fuck this show. So anywho, Montoya goes after Mary, and then Mary's just like, ooh, it's me, Poison Ivy, it's me all along. By the way, Mary just lockpicked the bat cuffs to get out. When did she develop that skill? Oh yeah, when she read the script and the writers gave it to her. So she goes and grabs Montoya after they talk about lesbians. After they talk about, oh, you lesbian me. Yeah, and I was pissed off because we were lesbians, and she was like, no, you were killing too many people, you were out of control, even though we were lesbians. And then she grabs some vines and Montoya vanishes. Soywing, look at that, fucking hell, that is so bad. With his plastic fucking, oh my god, this looks worse every time I see it. This should not be shown in light. It's plastic. So Soywing is now with Batwoman, and they're in the botanical gardens trying to find Mary. And then they're getting dragged away by the vines, and Luke fucks his shoulder, and Batwoman, I don't know, gets some vines up a hoo-ha. Soy Boy's crying for daddy. Mary comes out, is just like, oh, I'm going to rip you apart with vines. And then Soy Boy can't do anything. Batwoman comes along. Batwoman gets encased in vines. Then Montoya comes back and releases them both. And she's just like, Mary's poison ivy now. And they were both like, hey, even though she was like poison ivy, her anger was Mary because we have been really bad friendsies to her. She came out as straight and nobody gave her any affirmation about her love for cock. So at the end, Sophie's in the bar getting pissed, looking to pick up some whores. Because Sophie is in the bar drinking some booze in the daylight. I don't know, let's say it's, 11 o'clock in the morning because she's a massive whore. And she's at the bar looking for whores. Montoya comes in and she's just like, I'll drink booze and fuck you. So she's like, awesome, that's great. Let's go fuck. Let's go fuck, because I'm Sophie the massive whore in season 3. So they go off and fuck. And then Batwoman phones up her mum and says, hey, mum, I need your help. And then Alice says, hey, Mary, look, I got an electric guitar. Electric guitar. I got an electric car. Aren't you impressed? By the way, the writers have completely forgotten that I got nanobots going all around my body and why I'm not being tracked this very second by the whole Batcrew. I don't know. But there you go. And then they drive off in the sunset, maybe to fucking lick each other's vagina. I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and YouTube for live streaming. Links are in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.